Hey guys, we're here with Leon, who just went undefeated with Katakuri at Hobby Master tonight. How was your matchups today?
It's pretty good. I played Smoker first round and Blue Purple Kaido second round, which is pretty easy. They're pretty like out of meta for a reason, I think. Third round I played against Red Purple Luffy. Fourth round I played against Law, and the final round was a Katakuri mirror.
Was it the red green Law or red purple Law?
Red green Law.
Which one what do you reckon was your hardest matchup?
Red green Law was probably the most stressful. But I think the Katakuri match at the end was probably the hardest. I won the dice roll though, so it started on a pretty good note, you know?
Yeah, nice. So shall we just get into it then?
Yeah, might as well. So I'll start with the 2K counters. So it's pretty self-explanatory. You start with the 4 Strusens, and then 4 Beiges, and then I have 3 Amandes. So the reason I'm playing 3 Amande and extra Strusen, I think KOing the 1-cost blockers is more relevant than paying 3 for this.
Right.
Now that there's less of the red-green Law, this effect doesn't come up as much.
Right.
But it's still pretty good. It's probably still the next best 2K that you can get. And obviously the beige is mandatory. You play 4.
Yeah.
It's got like the best trigger in the game almost. You know, it's pretty good. Then I'll follow that with most of the Big Mom Pirates. So we have the 4 puddings. You're playing Big Mom Pirates.
Yeah.
Gotta play 4 searches. Thank you, Benedict. Then I'll go to some of the triggers. So play 4 Pedos, 4 Sanjis, and 1 Cracker.
Why only 1 Cracker?
So in most matchups, I found that like the effect doesn't really matter. It's kind of like a vanilla basically. And in those cases, you'd rather be playing Smoothie. But what happens in the mirror is triggering this early or playing it when you're going first is kind of like your way to come back into the game.
Right.
And it really helped me in my final game. I had to guard a couple early hits in the mirror, and then just playing this, taking every hit after that, and being able to double attack him really like got me there.
Yeah, just purchased his life.
Yeah. And that's the reason for Perisparrow. These cards are really good in the mirror. And then obviously the Sanji is trigger blocker, like why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Cool, so that's that. They're going to just the defensive triggers. Playing 4 Brulees and 3 Shirahoshis. This is pretty standard, I think. Some people like to flex a bit on the Brulees, but 4 is always good.
Yeah.
You're never not happy to see it. At worst, it's a 1K counter. At best, you know, it comes from life and it saves you the game. Shirahoshi as well, playing 3 of them. Helps get rid of the bricks, which will come later. And yeah, just helps you clean up your hand. Cool. And then I think this is the thing that most people are surprised at. Playing 4 Randolphs and then 4 Yamatos on top of it. So obviously playing 4 of these because you can't play 8 of these. But yeah, I found the stat line to be way more important than the 4-cost 6Ks or the 6-cost 8Ks in this meta. Just without playing against Whitebeard, you don't really need the 6-8 stat line, and this stat line is kind of like the best place to be.
So you're not playing any of the 4-drop 6Ks or any of the 6-drop 8Ks?
No, these are my only vanillas.
Only vanillas.
The only 6K deck leader that rarely comes up is the Red Purple Luffy. And even with that, it just becomes a 7K leader when they get to their Eustace Kid turn.
Right.
So then, you know, this
just tax even.
It still swings into evenly. Yeah. If you want to use Dawn, you're free to use Dawn too. Yeah. And then moving on to the boss monsters, this is probably the ratio that, you know, most people will have something different for. But so 1 of the 7 cost, 3 of the 8 cost, 3 of the 9 cost, Yamato, and obviously 4 of the Big Moms.
And you like this ratio a lot?
Yeah, obviously still fiddling around with it. The 7 cost is weird when you're going first and you play it on curve. Even when you're going second and you play it on your 8 on turn, this +1 on your leader, like, it's pretty good, but you never want to see more than 1. There's not really a second opportunity to play it. Occasionally when you're on 10 Dawn, like playing this, and then, you know, you have 3 Dawn left over to do whatever else with your turn can be good, but it's so rare that like, just 1 is okay. Obviously, the Katakuri, same thing where once you get to 10 Dawn, you're not using it too much, but this hits so many threats right now that it's so good. I don't think it came up in any of my matchups today, but it being an option is, you know, is always good. And then I personally really like the Yamatos. just getting rid of a body, which slows down the game. It gains you the life if you're already behind. If you're playing it late, gaining the life, having 1 don left over to use on your leader is just like backbreaking for a lot of decks. And even just playing it early against the red purple Luffy deck, we both guarded enough life that when I got to play this, I got to KO a queen, and it's kind of like that's insanely good for you.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And then 10 drop explains itself. Honestly, I would think of cutting down to 3. Playing the back-to-back isn't as good as I think it is. And honestly, you don't need to play 3 back-to-back to win. 2 back-to-back will win you fine. And just playing 1 is good enough against most matchups.
What do you think you'd change the 4th one for then?
I don't know. Probably just another boss monster. Maybe try it for a second copy of the 7 cost, or even a 4th copy of the Yamato. This card was so good previously. It was like crucial against lore, but now their lore is like not really a thing. You don't have to worry about it.
Sweet. Thanks for the deck profile.
Thanks for having me.